Harshita Academy. So in this video we're gonna discuss about the class 10 second chapter, concept understanding about a chapter, control and coordination. So don't waste the time. Let's get started with the video now. So what is control and coordination? So what is the term here? What is coordination? It's a synchronization between various body parts work together, various processes, activities to occur. Actually, it is a coordination between all parts of a body to make up life processes very perfect. This is the simple meaning. Human nervous system is divided into two types. That actually central nervous system, which includes brain and spinal cord, and peripheral nervous system. It's PNS, which includes two cranial nerves which are arising from the nerves which are arising from our brain is called cranial nerves, and the nerves which are arising from our spinal cord called spinal nerves. So nerve is made up of neuron cell, which is a structure of neuron, which is very important, you have to study. And nerve cell or neuron, nerves are made up of a specialized cell which acts as a basic functional unit of it called neuron. So structure of neuron is very important. So first structure of neuron is dendrites, thread-like structures arising from cyton. They collect the information signals from outside, passes it to axon. Cyton is nothing but a cell. Body contains a nucleus and dendrites. Axon. Axon is a tube-like structure arises from our cell body, passes information to nerve ending. Conduction of nerve impulse or passing signals from information through nerves. Nerves actually placed one by one. So how it passes from dendrites to the nerve endings, from nerve endings of one neuron to the another neuron, dendrites. So nextly, sense organs are of three types: skin, nose, ears, skin, tongue, eyes, ears, nose. So these are the 5 sense organs we have. So these 5 sense organs, how we sense is by receptors. Present in sense organs, they respond to stimuli. Change in environment is called stimuli. So the response which we give to the sense we get. So in our skin, the receptors which are present we called as thigmoreceptors. In our ears, audio receptors. In our nose, olfactory receptors. And in our tongue, it is gustatoreceptors. And what is the main? Yeah, I think photoreceptors. Eyes also sense organ, photoreceptors. The information is carried in the form of electric impulse, electricity by dendrites and reaches to our organs. So synapse, the gap between one nerve ending and another neuron dendrites is called synapse. And then after, different types of neuron. Sensory neuron, which carries signals from sense organs to our brain. Neuron carries connects motor neuron carries signals from our brain to other parts of the body. Relay neuron connects a motor neuron and sensory neuron. Now let's discuss about human brain. Human brain, which is consists of forebrain, midbrain and hindbrain, which is consists of many parts like cerebrum, midbrain, cerebellum, medulla oblongata, pons, hindbrain, pituitary gland, hypothalamus, like that. So what's the seat of intelligence and mental ability? We call it as cerebrum. All voluntary actions are controlled by cerebrum. What are voluntary actions? The actions which are under our control in thinking process. So that actions will be controlled by cerebrum and able to understand various things from sense organs. Hindbrain controls involuntary actions that are not in our control. Then cerebellum, main body posture and body balance, which is controlled by cerebellum part. Nextly, protection of brain. Brain is protected by long structure called skull. Inside a skull, there are 3 soft layers called meninges. Gaps between meninges is filled with cerebrospinal fluid. to protect the brain by creating buoyancy. Reflex actions. Reflex actions are body response which is sudden or instant, quick. They are actually quick and not it's to process our brain. It's take many time. It's take much time. So to avoid that, we keep here sudden instant that movements which got controlled by spinal cord, which is called reflex actions, which control the reflex actions which are sudden and instant. And the reflex R pathway is very important. Stimulus means it's a change in environment. You get hot water, if you touch, you suddenly you take out of hand, where that information will be sent to you by spinal cord. Spinal cord send the information to remove your hand from that hot water actually. So how that will be takes place by spinal cord. Spinal cord is protected by vertebral column, and the reflex are pathway, stimulus, receptors, sense organ. The thigmoreceptors here acting, because if you keep the skin in the hot water, you definitely remove your hand instantly, fastly. This is due to happen by this reflex arc. Receptor sense organs. This is sensory neuron, which carry information from sense organs. Then after to spinal cord, it's information is processed. It sends a signal to motor neuron, and then after motor neuron. You know what is motor neuron? Here only we discuss what is motor neuron. Motor neuron means which process the information which is sent by the sense organ, and it resend the what we have to do. So effector organ. What is effector organ? Is muscle here, and response we take out our hand. This is called the pathway of reflex arc. So another part of this chapter is mainly hormonal system. So half part of this chapter will be completed. The time is 7 minutes, actually 7 minutes. Around this time I completed that much of concept. So I definitely tell you this video is very helpful to learn the concept understanding. So don't forget to subscribe to our channel, because this channel gives you the whole knowledge what you have required. So now let's see the hormonal system. Hormonal system, why we get all the things which are not be performed by a single unit called brain, because not actually brain will be faster things, but slower things which are done by hormonal system, hormones, which consist of glands. Glands are organs which secrete an enzyme. Exocrine glands, endocrine glands. Glands which secrete a chemical by ducts with the help of pipes. It's called endocrine glands. Exocrine, they do not need any pipes or ducts. Actually, endocrine glands or organs secrete chemical hormones is released. Hormones. It's a chemical messengers. I tell you the what are hormones. Hormones are the chemical messengers that are produced by endocrine glands. These hormones reach to the site of action through blood. So what are the hormones which are released by the endocrine glands, which we reach the site where we perform. Alright, and endocrine glands are of 7 types. Human system, hypothalamus firstly, which is situated in our brain and releasing hormone it provides, and this releasing hormone is responsible for the hormones of pituitary gland. Pituitary gland secondly. So pituitary gland is a gland which is present in our brain actually. So what it performs is it controls the growth. Actually it produces growth hormone, helps in growth hormone various body parts. If excess of growth hormone is produced, gigantism we get. If a small amount of growth we get, we call dwarfism we get. Pineal gland. Location, brain hormone melatonin, pineal gland is present in our brain, which releases a hormone called melatonin, which controls sleep-wake cycle. Then after thyroid gland, which location in throat, which releases thyroxine, and function is to regulate carbohydrates, proteins and fats metabolism. And then after pancreas, which location is abdomen, which gives insulin and glucagon. Sugar controls sugar level in blood. Controls sugar level in blood. Function: insulin controls lower the sugar level in blood. Deficiency of insulin leads to disease called diabetes. Deficiency of insulin leads to the disease called diabetes. Alright, and glucagon increases the sugar level in the body. Glucagon increases sugar level in the body, and adrenal gland, which is a fight and flight gland, we can say. If you get fear, your heartbeat will be increased, which is made by this gland only. Adrenal gland. Testis, in males it actually present in scrotum area, below the penis, and testosterone. Testosterone hormone produced is testosterone, and function developing male sex organs during puberty, and ovaries which has a female's location is abdomen. Hormone is progesterone and estrogen. Function help in developing female sex organs during puberty. So control and coordination in plants, how it takes place by different types of plant hormones. Actually, like auxins produced in plant shoot helps in growth of a plant. Gibberellins helps in growth of a stems, responsible for the increase in the size of fruits and flowers also. And cytokinins helps in cell division. And abscisic gland acid inhibits the growth of plant. It also helps in whittling of leaves. So now here up to the lesson will be over actually. So in this actually it would be 10 minutes. I think the video is in this short time I will completing the video. So this video is very helpful for revision, whatever it may be, because you get a concept understanding here. So don't forget to subscribe to our channel. See you in the next video.